Hi, it's John Hayes with howtobuyafranchise.com. And I want to spend a little bit of time today, just a few minutes, to talk to you about some overview issues and some definitions related to franchising. I think this is important information for you to have. A lot of people talk about the franchise industry, and then a lot of other people say, well, there's no such thing as a franchise industry. So let's get that out of the way. No, technically, there is no such thing as a franchise industry. There are 75 plus industries that use franchising as their methodology to distribute products and or services. But, you know, we talk about the industry because collectively we're talking about all the franchisors and all the franchisees and all the suppliers who are involved in franchising, all the experts and the associations. So, you know, technically, no, there's no industry, but don't get hung up on that. You'll hear some people talk about there is and other people talk about there isn't. Don't be too concerned about whether there's an industry or not. But it's important to know that, first of all, franchise technically means a license. And so someone is going to license you if you're becoming a franchisee. Someone's going to license you this opportunity to use their methodology, or what we're going to call the system, the franchise system. As we go along, we'll get into more detail about that, because really, franchising is really not much more than a system. And it's real important. And not that that's not enough. It's a powerful franchise system to distribute products and services is plenty for any of us to make a really fantastic business. But it's a license. It's a license to use a particular methodology. It's probably going to specify where you can use that methodology. So geographically, your license is going to define where you can operate your business. It's probably going to define the length of time that you can operate this particular business using this methodology. That's all involved in the franchise agreement, which is another way to describe the franchise license that you're going to be granted. The franchisor grants a license to an operator or an owner or a franchisee, and the two of you will come to terms in this agreement, and both of you will sign the agreement. Now, franchising, we've said before that it's the safest way for you to get into business, particularly in the United States. This has been demonstrated over and over. Lots of people are going to argue about that as well, that it's dangerous, it's risky, that a lot of franchisees fail. Well, of course, most people who go into business in the United States fail. The Department of Commerce and lots of university studies have all demonstrated, Small Business Administration as well, they've all demonstrated that it's risky to go into business of any kind, and that 50% of all independent, non-franchise businesses in America will fail within the first year, and that as high as 85% of those businesses that survive after the first year won't survive through their fifth year in business. It's risky to go into business. But then we can look at franchising, and because it is a model, it's a methodology, it's a system, and if all the pieces are in place, and if you really do your homework, and providing that you're cut out to be a franchisee, then you can hedge your bet on this and you can reduce the risk dramatically. Franchising undoubtedly is the safest way for people to go into business today, but you've got to remember, franchising is not for everyone, and in fact, franchising may not be for you. And throughout this program, we'll talk about that, because if it's not for you, then this is not something for you to get involved in. But if it is, how do you know that it is, and how do you take advantage of it? Now, overall, if you want the facts about franchising, how big it is and how many people are using it and so forth, the best source for that is always going to be the International Franchise Association. They're based in Washington, D.C. You can get to them on the internet at franchise.org. You can go out to numerous expos that occur throughout the year, 3 major expos that are produced by MFV Expositions with the International Franchise Association. And of course, the International Franchise Expo is in Washington, D.C. every spring. And then in the fall, there's the West Coast Franchise Expo, and then there's the Southeast Franchise Expo in Miami that occurs every January. And you can find information about those expos at franchise.org. And also find lots of information about franchising in general at franchise.org. For example, are there 500,000 or 600,000 franchised outlets in North America? Well, who knows for sure, because there isn't a directory. There isn't any place where you've got to go and register and say, hey, I'm a franchisee today, or even a franchisor. Are there 2,500 franchise opportunities in North America? Are there 2,000? Are there 3,000? Who knows? In any given month, who really knows? We don't. We just know that there are a lot of them. We know that it's a powerful methodology, and we know that today, particularly in this economic crisis that we're going through with people losing jobs, we know that today franchising is a powerful methodology that you might be able to put to work for you. It's not for everybody, and I want to emphasize that. I say that a lot. Franchising is not for most folks, but if it's for you, it's a powerful way for you to get control of your life and to own your share of the American dream. And I'm going to help you get more information about that, lead you through the process. I'll talk to you soon on another video, but meanwhile, go to howtobuyafranchise.com for lots of good blogs and other free information. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.